In September 2015, at the United Nations in New York, the international community agreed on a set of goals to guide development efforts over the next 15 years. The Sustainable Development Goals are an ambitious and diverse set of 17 goals driving global, regional, and national development efforts. They encompass a range of development issues on everything from stamping out poverty and reducing inequality to empowering women and combating climate change.
The SDGs are probably the most ambitious international development cooperation agenda ever. Never before has the international community agreed on 17 goals, 169 targets, and over 300 indicators that would then be developed, as we hope they will be, or as we see they are already being implemented at the country level in national development plans that aim at sustainable development.
The SDGs provide clear guidelines and targets for all countries to adopt in accordance with their own national priorities and specific challenges.
Now, all that is not an agenda anymore for the poorest countries of the poor. This is an agenda for the entire planet, for all the peoples of the world, and from that perspective, it is a universal agenda for international development.
The international community recognizes that achieving the SDGs by 2030 depends on joint efforts and investments. No one can accomplish such a bold agenda alone. The SDGs explicitly and innovatively recognize the role of multi-stakeholder partnerships and the complementary roles that governments, the business community, civil society, and others can play to realize the SDGs by 2030.
The SDGs require everybody in the country to be involved, be government, the private sector, the NGOs, and the population in general. This was not the case before.
While the Sustainable Development Goals focus on outcomes of development efforts, such as ending extreme poverty, the Global Partnership for Effective Development Cooperation is a multi-stakeholder network focusing on the quality of development inputs, the effectiveness of development partnerships, and how the SDGs will be achieved. Effective partnerships are crucial for maximizing resources for development. They comprise both public and private actors, and they combine financial flows, capacity building, knowledge and technology transfer, and policy guidance.
The power of multi-stakeholder partnerships cannot be overestimated. It is going to be key to the achievement of the 2030 Agenda.
The Global Partnership brings together all stakeholders of the development cooperation agenda from developing and developed countries, the business community, philanthropy, and others to increase the effectiveness of development resources worldwide. It has the tools and resources to contribute to better implementation of the SDGs in three distinct ways. 1. Monitoring and review of development partnerships.
The Global Partnership has been very strong on that, has been very strong on providing evidence to the countries that have to then make budgetary decisions, make policy and legislation decisions, and also to the donors who have to make funding decisions based on those data. There's nothing better than a strong body of evidence to then achieve results with more emphasis or with more speed wherever one identifies the development priority lies.
2. Ensuring political momentum for effective development partnerships. The Global Partnership also provides a unique space for all actors to engage in evidence-based discussion on how to improve the effectiveness, quality, and impact of development cooperation in support of achieving the SDGs.
The key element is going to be dialogue, and that is one reason why the Global Partnership for Effective Development Cooperation is going to be key to the process, because it provides that platform which we are all truly on an equal footing.
The Global Partnership is one more of the, but a very important, of the platforms that bring the SDGs to the fore, that generate momentum, that get very important people in their governments and outside governments to discuss and debate and see what the bottlenecks are, the difficulties, but also the early victories, the achievements, and so forth. So from the point of view of accountability and from the point of view of visibility, the Global Partnership serves the agenda and supports the agenda very powerfully.
3. Supporting knowledge sharing and country-level development partnerships. The Global Partnership provides a platform for knowledge exchange on effective cooperation and innovative partnerships that countries can use to achieve the 2030 Agenda in their own unique context. No country needs to reinvent the wheel, but can instead consider its peers' successes and lessons learned.
Which countries are doing well and why? We discuss these. We have had a discussion twice of the African countries coming together, for example, to discuss how various countries are actually mobilizing to achieve the SDGs. We have sat together to discuss about how we mobilize resources. We've had development partners attending such meetings, helping us to see how revenues can be mobilized more effectively than was the case before, and it has been working.
Improving the effectiveness and impact of development resources and achieving the ambitious 2030 Agenda will require inclusive partnerships and innovative solutions. To accomplish the international commitments to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure prosperity for all by 2030, the Global Partnership for Effective Development Cooperation has a key role to play.